everybody.
Welcome to Our Charmed Midlife. We're back.
Yeah?
And we're back earlier than we thought. We thought we were going to do this every 2 weeks.
Yep.
And it turns out we have more to say.
We've gone crazy. We've moved it up to once a week.
Let's hope. But I don't know that we'll always have content for weekly, but we're going to try.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
So.
Who are you?
I'm Dhani.
Yeah, and I'm John.
I'm so sorry.
That's
I forgot about that. This is our second episode. I hope everyone who watched the first one enjoyed it. We're going to have a little bit of a repeat because John watched a movie that I talked about last week.
Yep.
But other than that, we're going to go through this and all of our different things that we've done. We have The Incredibles represented here because we went to Disney's Contemporary Resort and had breakfast at Steakhouse 71. So we're going to...
Oh, okay. That's what that's for.
Yeah. They are the mascot, basically, for Contemporary. All their rooms are done up as Incredibles and stuff. It's a lot of fun, actually, if you can stay there.
Yeah.
And, so let's get to it.
Okay.
Our first segment. Let's see how it goes this week. We are ready for John's Joke Corner.
So here's the deal this week. So I did a lot of research, looking around. I found some good jokes, some not good jokes.
I always say there's nothing like a good joke.
No, and that was nothing like a good joke.
But I didn't find any that really made me laugh hard. So what I did is I did this many. I did 6.
6.
They're fast. So,
okay.
So the corner's a little bit bigger this week. So we're just, if you want me to stop, I'll stop.
Okay.
You'll probably want me to stop.
Yeah. Let's get ready.
What did one wall say to the other wall?
Oh, I don't know.
I'll meet you at the corner. And I misread it the first time. And the punchline. So I kept it in. This is actually my spin on that joke. What did one Will say to the other Will? I'll meet you at the coroner.
I feel like that one's funnier than the first one.
Thank you. I feel good about that because that one's mine.
Okay.
Did you hear about the fire at the circus?
No.
It was intense. Do you get it?
I get it. I get it.
Did you hear about the guy who was fired from the calendar factory? He was just trying to take a couple days off.
Oh, gosh.
Oh.
I don't know if these are like preschool jokes.
No, these are dad jokes. I specifically searched for dad jokes.
Okay.
I don't know. Did they run out of jokes at the interesting joke store that you shop at?
Okay.
What do you call a line of men waiting to get haircuts?
I don't know.
A barbecue.
I'll give that one.
And this is the last one.
Okay.
I've had it. You know why the orange lost the race?
Why?
It ran out of juice.
Lost the race. Oh, I guess. Okay, that's John's Joke Corner.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, okay.
I think that applause was because it's over.
Yes, well,
That's fine.
Lucky. Thank you for going above and beyond and bringing us many, many jokes.
I went beyond. I don't know that I ever got above.
Yeah, well, okay. So
mercifully, it's over.
We've decided that, last week we had a segment called Everyday Escapades, and that was where we kind of talked about what we've done in the last week, kind of like our vlogging type thing. But then we also thought, well, we'd also have some Disney things, or maybe it'll be Universal, maybe it'll be, whatever.
You just don't know what it's going to be.
Well, what we consider the charmed moments, which is why we called this Our Charmed Midlife, because we have very midlife moments that are very boring. And then we have some charmed moments where we get out and we have fun. So We decided to separate these things into 2 different segments. So we're going to start with our charmed moments.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So how do we start? So
unbelievable.
we didn't get out all week, really. And then so Saturday we decided we would get out for breakfast.
Yes.
And I was able to get a reservation to Steakhouse 71,
Yes.
which is at Disney's Contemporary Resort, which is why the Incredibles are being represented here.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
There's a tie-in.
So we went, our reservations were for 8:10 in the morning on a Saturday.
Oofta.
But my intention was, when I made the reservation, was that maybe we would be finished by 9ish. And, you know, it's right next to the Magic Kingdom. And so I thought maybe we will feel like walking over or taking the monorail over to Magic Kingdom and just walking in for an hour or so or something like that.
Yeah. The thought was good.
The thought was good. So I'll jump to that part. Spoiler alert, we did not do that. By the time we came out at 9 o'clock or
What?
whatever, I think it was almost 90 degrees.
Yeah.
It was so humid.
Oh, it was brutal.
I could barely make it back
Yeah.
to the car.
Yeah,
it was just, it was awful.
Yeah, it was tough sledding.
So, and then we thought, well, let's just take the monorail around to the resorts and enjoy. Again, it was 9 o'clock. All the parks, you know, Magic Kingdom was just opening, so we
Yeah.
knew everyone was going to be flooding the monorail. So.
That line was huge to get up to the monorail.
Yeah.
So we thought,
Yeah.
you know, we're going to spend an hour just getting on to the monorail.
Right. So we had been to Steakhouse 71 before for lunch, which I think most people vote the Steakhouse burger as the best burger on property. You've had that?
Oh, I have. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And lunch is always great. This was our first time for breakfast.
Yep.
So I got just an American breakfast. Again, I'm gluten-free, so I was able to get scrambled eggs, chicken sausage. They did give some gluten-free toast, which I didn't realize. And then I ordered a side of gluten-free Mickey waffles,
yeah.
which is always what I'm
Yeah.
there for.
Yep.
So, and mine was great. It was perfect. The eggs were great. And some potatoes too, with, you know, some peppers and onions. Whee!
Some potatoes were doing this.
So my breakfast was great. Do you remember what you got?
I don't remember what you got.
You got the Waltz rib hash or something like that?
Yes. The prime rib hash.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. It was good. It was it wasn't what I was expecting. I was expecting shredded prime rib, and it was cubed prime rib. And it was not as soft, tender, I guess, as I thought it would be. It was still good. The flavor was good. It just, the texture was a little bit, there's just something about it that I couldn't score it a 10. But it was still very, very good. The eggs were good.
It was good, but you said you would not order that again.
I would not order that again.
Which I did try to get him to do the steak and eggs. It's a steakhouse.
Yeah.
Supposedly that's supposed to be wonderful, but
my go-to breakfast meal is a Western omelet. And I was going to get that, and she talked me out of it.
Because you can get a Western omelet at Denny's, like, you know, and so it was like, why waste your chance at a steakhouse to get a Western
omelet at Denny's is really good. Imagine how good it would be at Steakhouse 71.
Anyway.
Right, as soon as I ordered the prime rib hash, they brought the next table 2 Western omelets. And I was looking at those with
meow.
both contempt and jealousy. So
yeah, so that was on me. But otherwise, it was a great breakfast.
it was a good breakfast.
Wonderful service.
Yeah.
I think we've always had that at Steakhouse 71.
Yeah.
Then we went up to the 4th floor, which is where the shops are. John bought this shirt. I don't know what, like some sort of music.
I don't know what that is.
It's really cool on the back too, which I have video of the back, so I'll put that in here. And
it takes me a minute to get out from behind this table, so we won't do that
trapped.
to you.
It's a trap.
27. It's a trap.
So yeah, we walked around through the shops. Love that building. Again, that's the Contemporary is the hotel where the monorail comes through, which is just always fun to watch.
Yeah, you come out of that main shop that we were in, and there's that Mary Blair 80-foot tall mural.
Right.
That's just
Just so
stunning
gorgeous.
every
With
time.
The
It's just-
five-legged goat.
Yep.
She loved that
I
goat.
love that goat.
So that was our morning.
Yeah. Yep.
So yeah, like I said, we got this. You got some pins. Did you get? No.
I ended up not getting any
Okay.
pins. I almost got a set of Pride pins, but I did not.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
They were a little more pricey than
Yeah.
I think we kind of felt they should be. So.
Right.
And I mean to do this every time, and I don't, and I'm going to, but I haven't yet. Is take a lanyard and just attach some pins to it and keep it in the car.
Right.
So I can do pin trading because I do collect pins. But I never remembered. I've never done that.
Yeah, that's true.
It's terrible.
Then when we got home, which I think I did post this, we had a package in the mail from D23.
Oh, yeah.
Which was really exciting because I hadn't seen anyone unbox this, and so we unboxed it, and for whatever reason, D23 sometimes just sends things.
We were expecting the magazine. 'Cause that's usually what we get noticed
and
or chipped.
I don't know if this is the annual gift. I feel like the silver
Yeah,
the silver statue was the annual gift.
Yeah, and I don't remember it coming in June before. So
Yeah. So we got a Phantasmic Mickey, Sorcerer Mickey.
Two
and-
figurines, two deluxe.
Yeah.
Like you know.
Yeah, I should have
8-inch
put
tall.
those on here.
Yeah, what? Uh-oh.
Hello?
Yep, don't do that again.
I thought our mic went out.
No throwing a fit.
And then there was a mystery box of figurines, and we got Merlin, which is really awesome. We got a couple pins. We got Madame Leota and one from Emperor's New Groove.
the llama.
And then there's a deck of playing cards that's gorgeous, like this gold foil, and all of the face cards are characters. It was just really cool. It was a really cool surprise, and it just felt like we had just gotten home from Disney, and so it was like really cool to keep it going. And I don't know, I loved it.
Yeah. Did I tell you I named that pin?
No,
Dolly.
llama.
Yeah.
Okay.
Man.
Oh, here we go.
No,
Anyway.
Stop doing that.
Yeah. So then, what was I gonna? Oh, see.
Sorry, I derailed the
This
train.
is what happens.
The train derailed.
Yes. So we got the D20. Oh, so I just wanted to talk about D23 real quick. It's just a fan club. You can join as a gold member for $99 a year. They send 4 magazines a year, plus then they have the D23 convention every summer. This summer it's in Anaheim. We have never been to the D23 convention, but you can watch all of it live on YouTube, and it's free, so that's kind of why.
Yeah. If you're a gold member, do you get discounts to the event?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or I think you get to order your tickets early or something
okay,
like that.
okay. Something
There
that's
are
worth
other cool things that come with it. Like they do a lot of studio tours at Disney Studios in LA and different things like that. But it's a really cool fan club to belong to. Just because
I'd love to do that.
I know. We will.
I just miss
Of course,
LA.
I know. We just want to do everything there. So I keep banging on the
Stop
thing.
hitting the table.
Sorry.
We're going to go away here soon.
So then I just want to make some announcements that are Disney related. First off, I put this poll up on our Instagram today. If you're not following us on Instagram, please do so. We are at Our Charmed Midlife.
Very cryptic.
Yeah. So I put the poll up. What is your favorite season at the Disney parks? Is it summer, spring, Halloween, or Christmas, winter? Those are basically the 4 seasons of the parks. What's yours?
Halloween.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Mine's the Christmas, winter. Just so gorgeous. Especially Disneyland is much better than, because they do the castle up and everything. But so a couple announcements. We already have the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party tickets for sale here at Walt Disney World. We have not bought our tickets yet, but we will be. We'll be going at the very end of October. But they finally announced that the Oogie Boogie Bash tickets for Disneyland were going on sale. They start on sale tomorrow. They're only selling to Magic Keys first, and then to the public on the 27th.
Tomorrow is the 25th of June.
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. I'm so sorry.
This probably won't come out tomorrow,
So 25th and 26th are to Magic Key members.
Yeah.
The problem with this that I have is last year we had plans. We were going to go home or go to California
we still
in October.
consider Southern California home.
Yes. So we were going to go home for October to go to the Oogie Boogie Bash. But we were not Magic Key members anymore. So, of course, they got all the tickets. When they go on sale for the public, it's just you're sitting in that queue. I was on there from 9 in the morning.
You were on all day.
I went to bed with my laptop next to me, and I just kept waking up and refreshing. And at some point it said, we're all sold out. And we had hotels booked already and flights booked and everything.
Yeah,
and
there's got to be a better way to do that.
We canceled the trip just because so many nights are devoted to Oogie Boogie Bash, and so we wouldn't be able to be in DCA that late, and that's our favorite park. We'd rather be there than in Disneyland. So anyway, so I'm just warning people that if you want to go, and you should, the Oogie Boogie Bash is so good.
It's the best.
So much fun. They have so many villains out that your head spins because it's just everywhere you go there's characters, and again it's at DCA, which is better, and it's just so much fun, really. So if you can get there.
Yeah, I can't imagine an event anywhere else ever beating out how we feel about an event at DCA.
Right.
It's just...
Except for Pride Night. Well, because we haven't been to Pride Night yet at Disneyland, but it looks like so much fun. I think next year we're going to try and do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, everything at DCA we've been to... we went to Pixar Night. We went to Superhero Night.
Yeah.
They had Oogie Boogie Bash. So anything at DCA is always just
we've done
fantastic.
The Valentine's.
That was at Disneyland,
night.
yeah.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was
they alternate back and forth, and they're all good. It's just since we love DCA, it's just
DCA is our home park and always will be.
So anyway, so that's the Halloween news. But if you can get to Oogie Boogie, we highly recommend it.
Yeah.
Then today is the halfway to the holidays. Woohoo! He's yawning. People can see you.
I'm stunned. I didn't know how to react to that, so I just yawned. Sorry. I guess it is. The summer solstice is going to be...
I'm super thrilled because, again, Christmas time is my favorite time of year, and then at the parks it's even better. So they had a bunch of announcements come out today. One, they showed us their outfits, which are just so cute. Wait until I show you.
Okay.
And then they announced that here at Disney World, Jollywood Nights is coming back, which is the after-hours event held at Hollywood Studios.
Okay.
Those tickets go on sale July 10th.
Okay.
The events will start November 9th and run through December 21st. Different nights, they're all spread out, so you just need to look online and buy what works for you. They're also doing Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party at Magic Kingdom.
Okay.
Same thing, those go on sale July 10th. And the event runs November 8th through December 20th. I know, so last year we didn't do either of these because he had just lost his job in November. And so we weren't spending any extra money. But 2 years ago we did do the Very Merry Christmas Party. And that was fun. You get free cookies and like free cider and
free
hot
cocoa.
chocolate. Yeah. And it's just, again, you're there at Christmas. You can't feel much better than that. So this year, I really want to do Jollywood Nights. So we might do both. So we got to look at everything.
I'm in.
Again, these are extra after hours, extra costs. They are not included in your park ticket. So, and then, so of course, the Festival of the Holidays at Epcot is coming back, which is my favorite.
Okay. I'm sorry.
I was just kind of checking in. Like, is he following me?
So here's the problem. The table is not the strongest.
Oh, please.
And it looks like Mrs. Incredible is twerking.
Oh, you wish.
Well, it's a little distracting, I'll be honest.
I shouldn't have put her there. Nope. You're right. Oh, God.
I'll be okay. It caught me off guard.
Okay, so Festival of the Holidays is my favorite festival. Not for the food, but for the festival, where at every world, what am I trying to say? We're doing this later than we thought, so
this is at the end of our day, so sorry about that.
So at every country in the World Showcase, they explain how they celebrate the holidays there, and it's so much fun, and it's so cool to learn about everyone's different cultures and how they celebrate. Some of the food is good.
Yeah, I wasn't really blown away by the food there.
Yeah, I think... Yeah, go ahead.
But every land, not every land, but a lot of them have their Christmas character, whether it's Kris Kringle or
Father Christmas
or whoever.
The Witch in Italy.
Yeah. And they come out and they do readings of things or little performances.
Yeah.
And we've only caught just a couple of those live ourselves. And I really want to catch all of them. Yeah,
this year
those are really cool.
I'm excited for this year. So this year it starts November 29th and runs through December 30th. And then they announced, obviously, they're going to do everything else. All the resorts have their little celebrations going on. Grand Floridian's going to have the big gingerbread house. And they released pictures of the merchandise.
Oh, yeah.
Which is also my favorite. It's so
cute. You've been known to make a purchase or two.
Oh, the Christmas stuff, it gets me every year. So so it's very exciting. So again, Oogie Boogie tickets go on sale in the next couple days. But for Walt Disney parties, July 10th is the date we're waiting on to buy those tickets.
Okay.
All right. So that's everything in our Charmed Moments. Let's move on to Everyday Escapades.
Awesome.
All right. So this week, other than going to the Contemporary during the week, we had a pretty boring week. He made, I don't cook. He made some turkey burgers that turned out to be really good. He's still not into turkey burgers, but I'm trying to
get there. I'm trying to cut back on the beef. And
I don't eat red meat, so so I'm trying. It's just so hard whenever he wants to make his stuff with beef and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so we did that. We played a lot of Super Mario, I think, this week.
That's what we do.
Which is kind of how we wind down a lot.
Yeah.
Kind of after lunch, we play for 10 minutes. After dinner, we play for 10 minutes. Kind of just, I don't know. Of course, we get all intense and crazy when we're playing, but
no, I have no idea what you mean.
Next week, a new Luigi game comes out, so we'll see how that works. What else? Yesterday, we finally got in the pool. That was the only time during the week because it was just raining and weird weather, and so we finally got in the pool yesterday.
And we've noticed it's funny. I don't remember this as a kid. You don't remember this as a kid, but man,
how do you know?
If the water, we've talked about it.
Oh.
If the water temperature isn't like within a certain range from the air temperature, it just feels really cold. So before we had the pool built, we thought about, we kept talking to people and they said, oh, you want it to be 85, somewhere in there. Like, that's way too warm. It's going to be like taking a bath. Well, not by much. So
83 is good.
So the last week, it's only gotten up to, without turning the heater on, which we're trying not to do, it's only gotten to 81 or 82, and we're like, that's what is it? Subtlety. So it's just been cooler than we were comfortable with, so we just said, nah, we'll wait. But then Saturday it finally worked out.
Yeah, so it was good. It was nice to finally get out.
It was.
And then I did post. Did I? See, I forget where I post things. And again, follow us on Instagram at Our Charmed Midlife.
Follow us and tell us what we post.
Yeah, remind me. I think I posted, I'm not sure, but I put together these little bins downstairs. We have, next to our sliding glass door, there was just a bunch of junk that we used for the pool, whether it was sunscreen or towels or Bluetooth speakers, and then just tools and whatever.
All the pool stuff.
Yeah. And it was messy and it was getting on my nerves. So I finally ordered just a little cheap bin thing, but it was a pain in the butt to put together. So anyway, I put that together and that was our week.
That was it.
That was really it. I mean, boring, but those are the midlife moments after the charmed moments.
Yeah, those moments weren't totally charmed, but
right, but they are for us.
Well, that's our midlife.
Yes. So anyway, that's that, and I think now we can move on to what are we watching?
No. Da-da-da-da-da. What are we watching? I don't know. That made sense in my head. Sorry.
Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is another poll that I put on Instagram. Again, follow us on Instagram at Our Charmed Midlife. Also, while I'm trying to,
Hash brown, Our Charm Midlife.
please, if you can, like and subscribe to this channel. Like the video if you would, or put a comment down. Any interaction that you have with this video helps us grow our audience. So thank you so much.
Sorry.
Anyway, so I put a poll up on Instagram asking people their TV behavior at night.
Oh, yeah.
The three options were you keep the TV on all night long.
Yep.
You never have a TV on in your room or at night. And the third is that you put your TV on a timer and it shuts off eventually.
Mm-hmm.
The poll results are in, and it was 30% said they have the TV on all night, 50% said never, and
Wow.
20% said a timer shut off.
Wow.
Yeah, so the reason
Interesting.
I asked this is because I have a television on 24/7.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what room I'm in, no matter where I go, there's always a TV.
Mm-hmm.
And that includes, it has to be on all night. I wake up, I change the channel, I go back to sleep, I do all of that.
Right.
John likes the timer.
Yeah, I do like the timer.
And here's the thing that I don't understand. So first off, we sleep in separate rooms.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Scandalous.
that's TMI or not. But actually, 25% of couples admit to sleeping in separate rooms.
And it's going to grow because you
And
get a better night's
that's
sleep.
why we've been together for 22 years.
Yeah, exactly.
So, what I don't understand is that you turn your TV on to the Weather Channel, and then you never watch it. He turns his TV on, gets into bed, and watches his iPad, and then goes to sleep. So you never watch the TV. Why have it on?
Because it's ambient light.
I could get you a nightlight.
It's not the same.
Okay.
It's
I was
just not the
wondering.
same. And knowing that I can turn and watch it is, I like to have that option.
Okay.
I like options.
Okay. That's
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
I have to have it on all night long.
Yes,
So,
yes, you do.
so to those people who don't have it on when they sleep or don't have a TV in their bedroom, oh my God. It gives me like heart palpitations to think of such a thing.
Every aspect of civilization is gone to the dogs, with the notable exception of TV.
TV is good.
We
Oh
can't
my
even
God.
conceive.
Oh my gosh. All right. So the first thing we're going to talk about is, and comment down below on what you do, what your habits are. That would be interesting to see what people would have to
The
say.
more data, the more interesting.
Yeah.
So,
The first movie we're going to talk about is the movie If,
yep.
starring John Krasinski and Ryan Reynolds. I talked about this last week. If you remember, I gave it a 6, which some people thought was scandalous. But it finally came out on pay-per-view, so we watched it together. So I will let John give his opinion first, and then I have a couple little things to say watching it the second time.
I guess I had forgotten that you gave it a 6. I'm a little bit surprised by that. I was surprised by that last week, but I'm really surprised by that now, having seen the movie. I would give it an 8. I thought it was. I loved it. I thought it was really great.
Good.
I'm a little. Yeah, we'll need to revisit that here in a minute. Why you gave it a 6. But it was. I didn't know. I kind of knew what to expect from the trailer, but I didn't know what to expect. How imaginative or crazy it got, and it never got overly crazy. It always maintained to me it always maintained the right level of imagination. You have to use your imagination to stay with it. If you're, I guess I don't know how to explain what I really think about it. I really liked it. I thought it was imaginative. I thought it was creative. It was good.
Well, maybe right there is the problem if you're saying you had to use your imagination, because I don't have an imagination.
Well, I don't think you had to have an imagination or have to use your imagination to watch it and enjoy it. I think, and look, I never had an imaginary friend. So
I didn't
couldn't-
either.
I couldn't really relate to it,
But you do have an imagination.
but
so.
I do have a pretty strong imagination, so I could. It was second nature to me. But I guess I really liked it.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. So I liked it more the second time,
Okay.
but I feel like that's because I knew the reveal. And so I was watching it. It's kind of like the second time you watch The Sixth Sense and you're picking out all the things that you
Yeah.
missed the first time.
Yeah.
There is kind of like a little reveal in this. I watched it with through that lens, and I did like it better. Not enough to change. I would still give it a 6 because I still have a lot of questions. And okay, I'm going to spoil it for a second. So if
spoiler
you
alert.
have not watched If, skip ahead to the next segment. But I just need to ask this massive question.
I just thought of this question earlier and I forgot to ask you it, and I think we're going to talk about the same question.
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
So again, this is a spoiler moment. If you remember them, which allows you to see them again, why, when she remembered them, did they all disappear?
Ooh, that's too deep.
And when she finally admits at the end, again, more spoilers, that she's a kid, they all disappeared. Like, that's when they should all be there for her. So
Yeah,
that's
I understand why you say
really
that. Yeah.
a big part of my problem with the movie and why I scored it so low, because it confused me a lot.
Yeah, ask me that one like tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. because it's too late in the day for me to have anything.
It's just
good.
the point of the podcast, but that's okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so
Well, so when you were watching, this is a question I thought of.
okay,
When you were watching it, at what point did you realize only she could see him? Ryan Reynolds.
okay, that was a huge spoiler
Sorry,
as well.
we already said spoilers.
I know. I just, people might have fast forwarded just 30 seconds or something.
Spoiler.
A while before it was revealed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had suspicions. Probably not as early as you did, but I had suspicions fairly early on that he was her thing and that only she could see him, because nobody else, even when he was in the real life settings, nobody really paid attention to him.
Well, that was part of me rewatching it, was getting
Yeah.
to notice all of those things. So, okay.
Okay.
I keep moving so people, I'm not crazy. I do want people to see the shirt.
Oh, is that what's happening?
My Elemental shirt. I just want to be
there
sure
you go.
people see
Nice.
it. Love Elemental.
Yes.
Okay. So is anything else you want to say about If?
No, I don't think so.
I'd still recommend it. I think people should watch it. I think it's lovely. I cried much more the second time. She's wonderful. Everyone's wonderful in it. There are just some big holes that I was confused by.
Yeah, and I think probably if you have a pretty vivid imagination, you can the holes aren't as big.
Okay.
And I will say this, watching the opening credits, we'll have to explain that here in a minute. Watching the opening credits, I saw that the music was done by Michael Giacchino, and I
Yes.
said, "Oh, I'm going to be in trouble."
And it's
here.
lovely music.
It's great music,
but very
He's
reminiscent of a mixture of Up and Inside Out's music.
Yeah,
So
he's the best. So
yes,
he hits you. He knows how to punch you right in the feels.
yes.
So
Okay.
you want to explain what's going on?
No.
With that? No. Okay. All right. We'll just roll with it.
All right, I'm going to move on. There's just a couple things to talk about that John did not see, so I'm going to roll through these very quickly. First is a show on Netflix called America's Sweethearts, Dallas Cowboys Cheerleaders. I'm so thrilled that this was on. I thought it was just a documentary, but it turns out that this was a series. It was 7 episodes. I watched the CMT show Making the Team for the Dallas Cowboys Cheerleaders for the last 10 years or something. When that went off and was canceled, I was heartbroken. But this came on and I loved it and I was so happy. And it was a better show in some ways, but because it was only 7 episodes, they had to cut out a lot during the season that I usually like to see. But it was awesome. And I hope that it being on Netflix, it gains a bigger audience than it ever could have on CMT. And hopefully there'll be an even bigger second season.
I'm sure there will. I'm calling it right now. There's going to be another season on Netflix.
I hope so.
Yeah.
So that I gave it I gave it a 7. I don't know. Oh, because it's so short, and so it skips some stuff. But otherwise, I love it.
Give it 1 Dhani per episode.
Yep.
So much for my witty banter.
There again! Now it's time for some witty back and forth banter! You go first! Okay, look, I'm not sure where to go with that!
Next thing I'm going to talk about is Perfect Wife, the mysterious disappearance of Sherry Papini.
Oh, here we go.
Second love of mine, true crime.
You little murderino.
Shocker. Every chick out there loves true crime. If everyone remembers the Sherry Papini deal, she was the one who disappeared. She was gone for 22 days, and then she came back saying she had been kidnapped and by 2 women and blah, blah, blah. And then like 2 years later, they discovered she had faked the whole thing and she was off with a guy, and it's crazy. Anyway, I learned so much. This was 3 episodes. Her husband at the time is on this whole thing, telling the whole story throughout and what was going on. Very interesting. Lots of details that I had not heard before. Very cool. So if you like that sort of thing, and if you remember that case, this was a good documentary. I gave it an 8. It's on Hulu. Very worthwhile.
So there was no murder?
No. Mysterious disappearance.
I guess not every mysterious disappearance ends in a death.
The penalty for breaking the Siegfried Oath is death. Death? Is that anything like death? Yes.
No.
I guess.
Especially when they fake it.
What?
All right.
Yeah, that makes sense.
We are now moving on to our Actors Corner.
Oh. Okay.
All right. So this week, because of If, we are inviting John Krasinski into the Actors Corner. If everyone missed our vlog that's up on this channel, our first vlog, not the first podcast episode, we talked about our married lists, basically our Notting Hill list. And that's some celebrity that we would actually marry versus the freebie list, which is just, having a fling with. And John Krasinski has been and always will be number 1 on my Notting Hill list, followed by Will Ferrell. And Sterling K. Brown is on there. That's all. I used to have 5, and now I'm down to the 3.
He's the one I get. Sterling K. Brown.
Anyway, so this was very difficult for me because, 1, I love everything he does. And since we decided we're only doing 1 show or movie per category,
Yep.
it makes it very, very difficult to narrow down. But I think I did it.
Okay.
And we'll go from there. So, you go first. Movie you love.
It's complicated.
Okay. He's barely in it.
Well, he's in it enough.
But it's
so
enough that he's wonderful, yes.
Yeah, I went back and forth about this one. But I think he's in it enough and plays a big enough role in it that he's a character in it. And yeah, I really like this movie for a lot of reasons, but his character has several good scenes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. And it's just a good movie all the way around.
It's a really good movie.
I chose A Quiet Place. For writing it, directing it, and starring in it, I love that movie from start to end. I can watch it every day. And that moment when he's going to sacrifice himself for his kids.
Careful.
He's just so wonderful. I love him so much. So yeah, that's got to be my top one of his. Yep. All right, movie you like.
You ready for this? Leatherheads.
Have you seen it since it came out?
Yes.
Okay. I guess it doesn't matter. That's a funny movie.
It is a funny movie.
People forget how funny that is.
And him and George, I thought, were perfect.
Yeah, it was great. The banter and the tempo and everything like that was just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
Good. Mine was Away We Go. This is a movie that people probably aren't as familiar with. It was a small little movie with John Krasinski and Maya Rudolph. And It's gorgeous and wonderful and beautiful, and I love it so much. And so I had to choose that as my like.
It's a sweet little movie.
Oh, it's wonderful. Yeah. Just so good. The two of them together are so good.
Yeah.
Movie you hate?
Aloha.
I never saw it.
Me either. I dislike the idea of it so much. I'll never see it.
Okay.
That's
I don't even know what the idea of it was.
That's the well. I looked at the synopsis today. It's something about a military guy in Hawaii is having to choose between his girlfriend and a native islander or something. And
Okay.
it just loses me because Emma Stone plays the islander.
Right.
So
Okay.
I hate it on principle.
I chose Promised Land. This was the movie that he and Matt Damon wrote together. I didn't like the movie. I didn't. And I honestly don't remember the movie. I remember not liking it to where I've never watched it again.
Okay.
So I know they were trying to make a point about environmental water, problems, but I don't remember the movie. So I'll leave it at that. I'm going to say not hate, just I didn't like it.
Yeah, hate's a really strong word. We use that term in this category, but I don't hate it.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Something you secretly love.
away we go.
Okay.
I've seen it twice.
Okay.
You made me watch it the first time, and I liked it.
Huh.
It grew on me, which
Okay.
is, I think, in my mind, the definition of secretly love.
Okay. Mine is 13 Hours, The Secret Soldiers of Benghazi.
That is a brutal watch, man.
I
know.
watch it every day, almost, because it's on almost every day. I have watched it 3 times in a row when it's on back to back to back. I've probably seen this movie 40 to 50 times.
More than that.
Really?
I'll take the over. I'll take the way over.
It was
I
on
would-
yesterday.
I would say 75 times.
I love it. So here's the thing. We've had this discussion before, like favorite genres of movies. Some people are easily like, oh, I just like comedies or I just like action movies. One of my like little niche things is I love people running toward the bad. So I love the Avengers because when they go right into the heart and they jump into the bad thing happening. And with this 13 Hours, the fact that it's a true story, all the guys that are in this movie are fantastic, and that these few soldiers held off thousands of fighters and saved people. It's an incredible story, and the way it's done, the way the story is told, I really love the movie. It's just really well done, and I will watch it every day if I could. So.
Yeah. And I'm going to take the opportunity to say hats off to the men and women of the military who do that in real life, because that sort of thing is so far away from what the average person thinks about and could do, will do. And these people every day, given the opportunity, the bad opportunity, they do it. And that's what they do. And that's just amazing to me. So thank you, everybody, for your service.
Yes, definitely. But this movie, they are not in the military. These were private contractors that were former military people. Yeah. But these guys were private contractors, and they still they were posted at a secret CIA post, and they did what they had to do. So
but I think
good Americans. Period.
Yeah, I think that once that's instilled in you, once you feel that, that's who you are.
Absolutely. Yeah. These guys were amazing.
Just incredible.
If you haven't seen it, I know it sounds horrible. We all remember that day when the ambassador was killed. It's a horrible story, but it is a good movie. Very solid, good movie. And I don't like to make light of it that like I will watch it every day. I just do. If it's on, I'm watching.
It's compelling, and there's a couple scenes that are really, really hard to watch.
Yes, I cry every time, no matter what.
What would they say about me? He died in a place he didn't need to be. In a battle over something he doesn't understand. In a country that meant nothing to him.
Yeah.
Okay, something you haven't seen or embarrassed you haven't seen?
The Office. I know I used that last week, but most of his stuff that I wanted to see, I have.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how you missed The Office, but he's wonderful. I don't have anything that I'm embarrassed I haven't seen because I've pretty much seen everything. So, anything you want to add to your watch list?
Jack Ryan.
Yeah, I've been saying that since it started that I think you should watch it.
Yeah, and you've never.
I'll watch it.
You've never led me astray. Well, you've only led me astray one time. It was a very isolated incident.
Anyway, yeah, I will sit there and rewatch Jack Ryan with you. That's not a problem.
Okay.
I don't have anything to add to my watch list either.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
that was good coverage. I'm glad you mentioned The Office because, again, I think it goes without saying that John Krasinski's, that was his start. He was perfect in it. And if they rebooted it and he was in it, I would watch it easily. So,
Sure.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah. That's all we got?
That's all we got. So, I guess we're going to try for this again in another week. This upcoming weekend, we are going to see Les Miserables in Orlando with my parents. So that's going to be something that we'll definitely be talking about.
That will be an escapade.
Absolutely. So we will see what else happens in the upcoming week.
We'll try to do something exciting.
If we missed anything that you love of John Krasinski's, please feel free to comment down below. If you have any questions about anything else we've talked about or want to comment, please interact with this video and like it and subscribe so that next week you will be notified when the new one's out.
Yeah, love to hear from you.
Yes. Thank you all again for coming by. And thank you for watching Our Charm Midlife.
Thanks, everybody.
See you next week.